Hello, this is Miss Maddie, and I'm going to show you how to make this cute little bookmark. I've got the finished one with the strawberry there, and these are the supplies that you are going to need. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to take one of your circles and you're going to sew on the little flower piece. So I'm going to put my stitches right through the center of the circle, and I'm just going to do a few of them. They're going to be covered by the button, so they don't have to be super pretty. You just go in and out and around the little circle there. Alright, so now that we've got our stitches on, we're going to add our button. So you just find a good place in the back and you're going to just poke through. I go over it a couple of times just to make sure it's really securely on there. So sometimes when you're working, your thread can bunch up like that. If you just pull it all back and very gently sort of tug on both ends of the thread, you can find out which one is stuck and just sort of pull it through. Alright, so now I'm going to make a little knot in my thread. So I go over one of the thread that's already there, and then I just pull back the needle through the hoop that I make, and that causes the knot. And you can kind of see there, it gets pulled right there. I usually do a couple of them just to make sure it's really securely and tight on there. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to sew these two pieces together with our ribbon in the middle. So as you can see, I'm trying to sort of fit the ribbon in a good place. Make sure the shiny side is out. And then once I have it in place, I'm just going to do a few simple stitches back to front to sort of affix it into place. And then once that's done, the next thing I'm going to do is the blanket stitch. But this is just sort of making sure that the ribbon stays where I want it to. Okay, so now that my ribbon's in place, I'm going to begin the blanket stitch. So first I'm going to do just a stitch to get off the ribbon, and then I'm going to make my first blanket stitch. So you're going to pull it through and then put your needle back through the hoop that you create, and then you start your blanket stitch. So this is a stitch where you can see the thread on the top, which is why I picked white, so you can see my stitches. It sort of gives a sort of finished look to your sewn pieces here. So yeah, you just go through and then back through the hoop that you make and pull it tight. Alright, so now that I've got my blanket stitch all the way around, I need to make the knot. So I'm going to pull my last stitch through and then go back to the last stitch I made and put my needle through it, same way we did last time, and then go back through the loop that I make, and that causes the knots. And I'm going to do 2 just to make sure that it's really tight on there. And then once that's finished, I'm just going to cut my thread and you have your nice new bookmark. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope you like your new bookmark, and I will see you at the Winnetka Library soon.